will be proposing a possible solution to the foreign labor shortage. This is in response to the continued local contractor complaints about a lack of available skilled workers that's been holding back private sector construction projects. Governor Leon Guerrero made mention of her proposal during testimony last week at a congressional budget hearing.
In the past, Congress has created a Guam-only visa waiver program and has also removed Guam from the national cap on H-2 labor. Given these precedents, I am advocating that Congress pass legislation to create a Guam-only H-2 labor program. I am hopeful that you would consider my proposal as I advocate for it this year.
Local officials have pointed out the clear disparity in H-2 labor visa approvals between military and civilian projects. Worker applications for DoD-related construction have received nearly 100% approvals, while visa applications for so-called outside the fence projects have received nearly 100% rejections. The Guam Contractors Association is suing U.S. Customs and Immigration Service, seeking to change the approval ratio. A 44-year-old man was arrested and accused of criminal sexual conduct. The victim was only 13 years old. According to court documents, in the middle of the night, Reynold Titus is allegedly to have walked into the victim's room and inappropriately touched her private parts. He told the girl not to tell anyone. Titus was charged with second-degree criminal sexual conduct as a first-degree felony. He got angry at a woman because she wouldn't give him money for a tire repair, and it turns out Chris Duenas-Ugan Jr. wasn't even supposed to have contact with that victim. He was arrested and charged with family violence, assault, and 2 counts of violation of a court order. Court documents state that on February 8th, Ugan fought with the woman because she wouldn't give him money to fix a flat tire. He then called the victim into a room and showed her a blue rope tied to a light fixture with the nose at the end. Duenas threatened the victim, stating, "I'm going to go first, and then you, or we'll both go." 2 days later, the victim called police because Duenas was outside her house. He is currently on probation and was court-ordered to stay away from the woman, refrain from threatening, harassing, or assaulting the victim. Police caught them driving erratically through Dededo, but that was the least of their troubles. Jake Lenson, 35, was arrested and charged with theft by receiving vehicle without identification, open container in a motor vehicle, reckless driving, and no driver's license, while his passenger, Jenry Raymond, 31, was charged with assault on a peace officer and possession of an open container. The pair was pulled over on February 7th when the Toyota pickup they were in nearly collided with another vehicle. Inside their pickup, police officers noticed 2 cans of an intoxicating beverage in the door's cup holders. According to court documents, Lenson asked the officer, "You can't have beer in the car?" It turns out that car, or truck rather, was stolen in January. Lenson, however, said he got it from his coworker. And while being processed, court documents state Raymond became belligerent and confrontational, punching or hitting the officer, fingerprinting her, and kicking the officer who was trying to transport her. It was an inside job. 2 employees of Leo Palace plotting to steal almost $6,000 worth of copper wire. Unfortunately, their plans were foiled because they didn't take into account there were surveillance cameras recording their every move. 37-year-old Keith Steven Alonza Torres and 39-year-old Lucas Villagomez were charged with theft of property. The 2 are accused of breaking into the resort's Discovery Tower. The theft report was filed on Wednesday morning. Water safety encompasses a person's behavior in and around the water. The Guam Fire Department reminds the community and tourists to be smart and informed when heading to the beach. Joan Augen-Charfaris has more.
Firefighter 1 Joey Garrido is with the Guam Fire Department Rescue Unit, and he says a good thing to do when planning a beach day is to check the weather forecast from the National Weather Service.
Check what the surf is, when the tide is coming up, going down. Those all have effects on what the water is going to be like. These advisories are set to warn the community, whether it's beachgoers or boaters, to heed the cautions of the waters.
Recently, Guam has been experiencing high surf and hazardous seas with rip currents that can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper water. These conditions have resulted in a string of near drowning and drowning incidents. Garrido says when it comes to mariners and those operating vessels, boaters need to know what their boat's limitations are and to always have a float plan.
Where you're going, what time you're going, or to return to the dock. That way, should anything happen, the rescue unit will have a starting point on where to look for you.
He reminds the community to avoid hazardous seas until conditions subside. Be attentive. Heed the advice of lifeguards, beach patrol flags, and signs. And remember that when you head out into the waters, you aren't only putting yourself at risk, but the rescuers as well.
Always be mindful of what the water conditions are. especially when the water's rough like it is now. Stay close to your family, have accountability.
Also, be smart when heading into the water and take all necessary precautions.
If you can't swim, you should have a jacket on. That'll be a major difference in any outcome.
He says many of the drowning incidents that happen on island involve tourists.
I think as far as prevention, I think maybe the hotel industry, particularly the hotels which have these guests, is to kind of inform them. They should know what the water conditions are like and let them know the dangers when they go into the water. We've had incidences where tourists were taken out over the reef, and I think really it's just a lack of not being educated as to what the water conditions are like.
As for what Firefighter 1 Jacob Garrido, who is also assigned to GFD Rescue, would say to those watching,
we want to remind the beachgoers to enjoy Guam's waters, be safe, be aware, be careful, and when in doubt, don't go out.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonagan Charfris.
Last week, Triple J employees presented a check for over $3,000 to Make-A-Wish Guam and CNMI from donations made through their employee elective payroll deduction program. The program, which started in April 2019, has over 30 employees in Guam and Saipan who opted into the program for charitable donations. Eric Tidinko, president and CEO of Make-A-Wish Guam and CNMI chapter, said to the employees, "Generous individual donors like yourselves make it possible for us to change lives. We want you to know that we couldn't do it without you." Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we have trend spotting and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers report.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now. Green Energy Solutions, Inc. would like to congratulate GU Self-Storage along with Calvo Enterprises in doing their part by going green with a monthly power reduction by over 80%. Power consumption before installation was 39,700 kilowatt hours. After installation ended in 6,221 kilowatt hours, which resulted in savings over $10,000 a month. GESI also offers LED lights, solar thermal VRF air conditioning, and solar photovoltaics. Visit our website and let us help you save.
In 2019, we raised the bar by launching the first ever lifetime powertrain warranty on new Hyundais. And now we're excited to share that starting February 1st, all new 2020 Jeeps, Ram trucks, and Dodge Performance cars will come with a lifetime powertrain warranty. That includes all your favorites like the Jeep Gladiator and award-winning Ram 1500.
So come on over to Cars Plus and experience what makes us different, like our homegrown culture, state-of-the-art facility, world-class products, and unparalleled value.
From reported phone scams to a drive-by knife throwing, here's what's coming up next on Trend Spotting. How's it, everyone? I'm Cami Aguirola, and welcome back to another episode of Trend Spotting. Here are the topics that had you talking this week, starting with pet registration being enforced. Consider yourself warned. Pet owners have about 6 months to register their dogs, spay or neuter them, and have them implanted with a microchip. According to Department of Agriculture Director Chelsea Munya-Brecht, it's all part of a plan that was created with the Stray Dog Roundup Committee. Munya-Brecht said if you choose to take ownership of your pet or the pets that are around your home, then you need to register your pets. It's part of a statute that's been in the books for close to 2 decades now. The fee is currently $5, she said. We're trying to establish a baseline as to how many animals will likely be registered with this process. And once you take ownership of that pet and it belongs to you, it wouldn't be captured during the roundup. The roundup would take place place once during the week, and they will start in the villages that have the highest number of stray dogs and complaints. Right now, they are working with the mayors to set up registration at their respective village offices so that it's more convenient for pet owners. The task at hand is a huge undertaking. It's absolutely worth the undertaking, and we have the governor's full support, and we want to do this to help our community and protect the pets, she said. A federal grant will be funding the operational cost of the Stray Animal Control Plan for 2 years, covering the purchase of necessary equipment such as humane traps, microchip readers, and additional dog kennels at the Gain Shelter in Jigo. Here are some of your comments. Ned Pablo said responsible pet owners that know how to leash and secure their pet dogs should not be penalized $5 for being already responsible. Another Facebook user said $5 license fee is cheap, but I don't think that owners should be forced to spay or neuter their pets. States just charge a higher license fee, and Guam should reach out to the states to see if they will take the unwanted pets they confiscate.
The governor is to send 100 delegates to FestPac.
It's an event that takes place once every 4 years and brings together artists and cultural practitioners from around the Pacific region, and this past week a press conference was held announcing official delegates who will be representing Guam at the upcoming 13th Festival of the Pacific Arts. The delegates were selected by Programming Chairs Committee comprised of Dr. Judy Flores, Dr. Michael Bavacqua, Eileen Meno, and Maria Barcinas. The 100-member delegation breakdown is as follows: 54 for the performing arts, 34 for demonstrations and exhibits, special events and activities, and 6 for the literary arts. The remaining 6 slots are for head of state, head of delegation, and the 4 programming chairs. FestPac is recognized as a major regional cultural event, with 27 Pacific Island nations and territories gathering to share, exchange, respect, and appreciate their cultures. Here are some of your comments on Facebook. 25 the most, but 100 another wasteful idea. If any or all wants to represent the island, why not each organization start fundraising to cover their own trip? Tanya Stotts Cruz said, what a waste, that is way too many people to send. Sounds like a bunch of tag-alongs for free vacation, 25 people max. Have a competition on island and send the winning dance company to represent Guam. Anita McHale said that money could be used to build a homeless shelter, fix the schools, hospitals, roads.
Japanese retailer Don Quixote breaks ground in Tumaning.
It will be Japanese retail giant Don Quixote's largest convenience store. Officials broke ground on the project at the future location at the intersection of Marine Corps Drive and Airport Road. Founder and chairman Takao Yasuda told the crowd that he chose Guam after coming here several times for corporate training events. He said he is confident that the location will prove very successful. The grand opening is scheduled for September of next year. One Facebook user said, this is one of my favorite stores, so when I go to Honolulu, it is where I go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is also a great store to shop for regular household groceries. This is great because it will give Kmart a challenge for better service and lower prices of goods. Top fan James Fish said, just another place for enlisted military to spend their money and tourists. The owners are Japanese. How much money do you really think will stay on island? Fools and their money are always parted. Dave Dueñas said residents of Guam can look forward to 250 full and part-time jobs. And top fan Maria Salas said, hoping that items are indeed made from Japan and of quality.
Homeland Security urges residents to ignore unusual numbers.
The offices of Guam Homeland Security and Civil Defense, along with the Mariana Regional Fusion Center in coordination with the local telecommunication companies, are monitoring reports of residents receiving calls from unusual or unexpected international numbers. The international phone numbers may begin in an area code 881 or 882. The community is reminded to not answer any unexpected calls from international or unusual numbers. If you have a missed call from an international or unusual number with only one ring, do not be tempted to call back, and if an international or unusual number calls you with only one ring, block the number if possible. Residents are advised to report any suspicious activity or social media posts relating to the subject by calling 475-0400. On Facebook, one user said, super annoying. I've blocked those numbers, but they are very persistent and keep calling my phone number. And another top fan, Dina Turbio, said, I don't answer calls, especially if I'm not familiar with the number. Or just to be on the safer side, if it's not on my contact list, ignore.
A woman was injured in Sinahanya after a knife was thrown in her car.
Imagine driving along the road and a knife flies through your window and ends up striking your passenger. It sounds hard to believe it happened to a couple traveling through the village of Sinahanya. Angelica Gumatautau's 19-year-old son and his girlfriend were on their way to the store when she received a terrifying phone call. It was just an ordinary night in the evening and this happened, she told KUAM News. All I could hear is his girlfriend in the background, screaming, yelling, and crying. Gumatautau said they were heading towards Sinahanya Palace when they noticed one man standing in the center of the road and another on the right side of the road. When her son tried to go around the man in the middle of the road, he threw something toward them. Their car windows were rolled down. It missed my son, she said. My daughter-in-law ducked down and they didn't see anything, but she felt that her head was hurting and then she noticed it was bleeding. So he brought her to the fire station. Apparently, it was a 10-inch knife that was thrown at them, and she has a laceration on the right side of her head. Mayor Paul McDonald believes he knows those involved. They're kids that have been caught on video in the past that have committed other crimes in his village. But when evidence is turned over to police, it's been a revolving door and the cycle of crime continues. It's frustrating also for Sinahanya Mayor Robert Hoffman. Like McDonald, he's seen crimes rising in his village. While both mayors understand the manpower shortages at the Guam Police Department, they are also asking for their constituents to be vigilant. This while residents like Gumatau pray that something will get done to make Guam safer. On Thursday, 21-year-old Tommyson Nikot was charged with aggravated assault, reckless conduct, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, public drunkenness, and obstructing a roadway. Police credit a newly formed task force for the arrest. Agents obtained video surveillance from surrounding residents to identify the suspect. He has been booked and confined. On Facebook, top fan Justine Ray Rodriguez Flores said, "The police need to find these people and the AG needs to learn to make people face consequences rather than pass out plea deals like candy on Halloween. Find these monsters. Our island is so scary nowadays." Jovi Castro said there's only so much GPD can do. So before we start talking about the system, you first need to take a look at why or how it got that far. Why is it that these kids think that it's okay to do these things? We as parents need to stop blaming everyone for the lack of teachers, doctors, officers, etc. for doing their jobs and do our jobs. Another Facebook user said, "Those repeat offenders continue to taunt and laugh at our law enforcement agencies as well as the judicial system. The catch and release methods must be changed to something effective."
And that's all for this week on Trend Spotting. Suzuis Maasi for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Spend your Valentine's Day weekend looking for love at one of the most romantic spots on Guam. Punta dos Amantes and KUAM Digital are taking you on a fun and romantic photo hunt and giving you and your other half the chance to win some great prizes. All you have to do is 1. Visit Punta dos Amantes during operating hours between February 14th and the 16th. 2. Find the special QR code and follow directions for different photo ops around the park. And 3. Post your photos and videos with hashtag LookingForLove671. All participants will receive a special commemorative photo frame and lover's lock from Punta dos Amantes while supplies last, and be entered to win one of many romantic prize packages like overnight stays, dinners for 2, free food outdoor activities, and so much more. Looking for love? Well, look no further than Punta dos Amantes this Valentine's Day weekend. Fun and adventure await you. Special thanks to Joe's Jet Ski and Pika's Cafe.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Half a day, everybody, and welcome back. Now, we tell you each and every week on this Crime Stoppers segment what to do if you're in a dangerous situation, how you can report crimes, what should happen if you find yourself in a very, very scary and dangerous situation. And Officer Paul Tapao from GPD, we actually have one Guamanian who took action. It definitely was a terrifying situation. It involved a minor, but she did the right thing.
Absolutely. You know, initially when we first reported that, our officers responded to an attempted kidnapping. And, you know, the gist of really what happened was she was walking from home to her school. She was met by an unknown man by the church who had asked her for candy. She knew that based on her observation that guy didn't seem right. I guess she followed her intuition and she immediately reported to the authorities. She recognized and realized that this is a stranger danger situation. She ran exactly the way we teach it. It's textbook and how we go into the school and report it. And, you know, bringing it to light and everything was really the the first thing, because usually when you deal with kids that age, understanding how to report crimes and how to take the appropriate measures in these types of situations, that student from CO Taitano, I want to commend her for what she did and the actions that she took, because of the fact that she recognized a threat and she prevented herself from becoming a victim. And although we had, based on the interview, we did place an individual there, we did place a situation that had happened, and we moved it as a suspicious incident and a suspicious person, and we classed it as a harassment. But nonetheless, her understanding what needed to be done and how she addressed it is exactly what we teach our kids in the schools of DOE, and of course to the community, about these type of situational awareness and what you need to do.
And she exhibited very important traits of being an aware student. She was incredibly brave. She kept her head about her. And you tell us here all the time the 3 things that you need to do if you find yourself in that kind of situation, particularly an attempted abduction. You want to run immediately, you want to get somewhere safe, and then you want to tell a grown-up or tell someone you're related to.
Absolutely. When we did that segment in Crime Time, we used the DANGER acronym. We took the word danger and we broke that
when we
down.
had the demo of what to do.
Absolutely. The distance, assess what's going on, take note of who the perpetrator is, take note of your safety bug out place where you can go. And she knew that the school was there, the fire station was there, but the trust mechanism was to go to the school and tell the immediate adults. She told the first worker, the first staff that she saw, she immediately brought it up to the staff, and the staff brought it up the proper chains. But that's how you take note. And of course, the G aspect is to go. If you know that this is a dangerous situation, you go. Escape and evade. Do everything that you can to escape. And of course, R is reporting it. So textbook,
And you also taught us to draw attention to yourself.
Absolutely.
You scream, yell for help, say something's wrong, and get more people to become aware of what might be happening.
You're absolutely
Go to a crowded
correct.
place.
You're spot on in that. And for a this is something that we can take back, and when we go out and we do our outreach to the schools, this is something that we can actually portray that this is exactly what needs to be done. And not just there, but the community in itself. I want to commend the mayor and the local neighborhood watch group that were actively a part of this investigation, and not just this, but also the other cases that happened. And we did make an arrest on the Karen Hickey incident. But just the community understanding what needed to be done and how the community stood up based on this incident was really, it's something to be proud of. And it really displayed the true public-private partnership in which the Guam Police Department works towards to establishing with the community outreach, and of course, the community support and trusting in what we can do to help each other.
And we should say that this girl has, and we're going to keep her identity, obviously, because she's a minor, we're going to keep it anonymous, but she exhibited these traits that, like among her peers, would say, wow, you're a superhero. You did this. You did this amazing thing. You kept yourself safe and you reported. But these are traits, Sarge, and these are skills that any student could do.
Absolutely.
All she needed to do was keep her mind, head in the game, and know what to do, right?
It's textbook, like what I've been saying. This is textbook. This is, from the incident that happened with the unknown man offering candy, for her to react to that, it was really, like we've been saying, it's 1.24 seconds just to perceive a threat from happening, and instinctively, her intuitions and the teachings that she's developed growing up, and at that young age, for her to react to that, it's really, textbook in itself. It's the traits that you demonstrated, or the traits that you shared, is exactly what we are trying to teach the kids, and we continuously go out there. Our junior police cadet program, we have a stranger danger curriculum that we teach the schools that when we go out and then we do our outreach, because these are incidents that will happen on Guam. These are incidents that has happened. So these are the things in which we want to do our part in teaching the students and how to be cognizant of their surroundings, understanding situation awareness, and what to do when you're approached with this type of situation.
All right, well, let's get to our crime of the week real fast and let people know what they can do to help solve this crime.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, here's what you need to know.
On Friday, February 7, officers from the Tumon Precinct Command entertained a robbery that occurred at the #1 market in Tumuning. Now, the preliminary police report suggests that around 6 in the morning, the store owner had arrived for daily operations. During the course of opening the store, she noted an unknown man standing by the sidewalk fronting Route 1 Marine Corps Drive. As she entered back into the store, the same individual entered the store behind her. As the store owner was walking behind the counter, the unknown man walked behind her, brandishing a knife, and demanded money. Fearful for her safety, she immediately relinquished cash from the register, in which the unknown man fled towards the exit of the store. The man was only described as tall, with a slim build, and possibly being local. He was last seen wearing a black hooded jacket and gray shorts. Now, the Guam Crime Stoppers is seeking the help from the community relative to this case. If anyone has any information about this crime or any other crime, you can call our 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, that's 4357, or submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
All right, these are honest people who are trying to run honest businesses. So if you have any information, please get in touch with GPD. Let them know how. So Sarge, I want to get back real quick to the message that's being conveyed to like these students. I'm sure as someone who goes out to the schools as often as you do, along with your colleagues in GPD, it must give you a sense of pride, to see that these kids, they're not just sitting there because it's a school activity and they have to sit in the cafeteria or in the library and listen to a member of GPD talk and talk and talk. They're paying attention, they're taking these lessons to heart, and they're actually putting it into action. That must make you feel incredibly proud.
It is, thank you for that. That's really uplifting and everything. And, I want to attribute it to the team. Our team at Community Affairs, Officer Santos, Officer Wynn, and of course, Officer Palacios, and of course, Lieutenant Guerrero, for allowing us to be a part of this, and all the precinct commanders that allow us to be a part of their operations and being a part of their community outreach. But when we hear kids talking about how they understood what we're talking about and the substance that we bring into the school, this is really, just testimony of what we do and the importance of the substance that we bring into the school. But, nonetheless, we continue to work. And of course, this is how we gauge where we can improve. This is how we gauge where we know that it hits home with the kids. And of course, the substance that we bring, we make sure that the kids have an understanding that you can make a difference by the choices and the decisions that you make.
All right, well done. We'll see you next week.
Thanks again for having us.
All right, and we'll see you right after this.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Hila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Weekend birthdays are particularly awesome because you get to celebrate the amazing person that is you. You have 48 hours to celebrate your birthday. So, happy birthday on Saturday, February 15th to Joshua Ryan Bagos. Also, happy birthday and many more blessings to come to Michelle Kenga. Happy birthday to Ali Jo Conception Sablan. Happy birthday to you from your family. It's also a happy birthday to Traven John Cruz. We wish you the best. God bless. Hope you enjoy your day. We love and miss you. From Peyton, Sky, Princeton, John, and Paige Serenity. And also happy birthday to Shane Italic on Saturday. Happy birthday, Shane. Your family says we love you. And born on Sunday, February 16th, Corey Lee Mindiola. Happy birthday number 10 to Corey Lee. We love you and may God bless you. Love the whole family. All of them. Also on Sunday, Fidel Ogo blows out the candles. So to Dad and Papa, this is coming with lots of love from your daughters, your grandkids, and from your entire family. So to each and every one of our weekend birthday babies, happy birthday to you.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's going to do it for us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Green Energy Solutions, Inc. Visit GESIGuam.com or call 647-8111 for more details on how we can help your business save money.